To put it simply, this docuseries can be summed up in 3 words: Blackness, belonging, and connection. In the summer of 2022, when the world was still recovering from COVID-19, we gathered at the historic Dunbar Pavilion in Tucson, Arizona, and created a space with the intention of bringing Black strangers together to recover and restore and to reflect through intergenerational conversations. Here are their stories.
My name is Gordon Brooks, but I'm professionally known as Subadred.
My name is Kalina Papiano, but people call me KP.
Okay, yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 28 and I'm a community organizer, I'm a farmer, I'm an artist. Yeah, what about you, Gordon? Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a president and CEO of the Spirit Entertainment Group, which is a local entertainment company that I founded a few years ago. I'm a musician's musician, what they call me.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. That's dope. Yeah. All right, awesome. And then where have you lived? What brought you to Tucson?
Well, I moved here from Los Angeles. I came out to the West Coast to pursue a music career. Before that, I was a math tutor.
Okay.
I was a college math tutor. And I got tired of being inside and not pursuing what I did because music is my thing. So I wanted to do that. So I came out here to the West. Yeah. Landed in California, landed in a few bands, did some touring, and I stopped here in Tucson. Love it. Yeah. So I said, if I ever retired, I'm going to end up here. Yeah. So I retired, ended up here, but I'm still working.
What brought me here was the military. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, by an Eritrean mother, Eritrean family, and by a Southern Black family. I enlisted into the military when I was 18. Oh, yeah? Yep, Davis Mountain Air Force Base into the Air Force.
Okay, all that against your Army.
Huh? You know what I mean? They all do the same damage, I feel like, to a degree. And so that's how I ended up here in Tucson, Arizona. What is bringing you joy lately?
What's bringing me joy lately is the fact that I came out of retirement.
Nice.
Being retired was the most boringest thing I've ever done in my life. I was working here at a behavioral health clinic. I help people with behavioral health issues to cut down the wait time between applying for Social Security. And I enjoyed the work, and I retired in 2018 and went home and said, no, I'm going to go back into the music. Yeah. And I started touring again. Went out on the road and doing your thing. Doing my thing musically, and that's what gives me joy.
So, I want to say what is bringing me joy lately. I'm a fast mover, a fast thinker, fast person just in general, right? So I move around a lot, right? In between endeavors, Desiree would tell you, you know what I mean? And so I've found joy in patience, right? And creating for myself and creating opportunities for myself with people that actually want to be around Black people. You know what I mean? Versus kind of taking those opportunities where, people are getting paid, they're in the spotlight, but then they're not really being themselves. Yeah. And so those affirmations of people are like, you know what, you was right on that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Not necessarily me being right, but more so me being foundational in what it is, my values, and moving forward is, versus being I'm here every Thursday, I'm $2 wells, you know what I mean? While you listen to this music that I don't even care about, right? And so being in those spaces and really being myself, right, has brought me joy. And so how would you say you are defined as a Black man?
Self-defined or defined by the society I live in?
I think it's more so self-defined, right?
I self-define myself as a student of the universe.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
I am worldly. I studied Zen macrobiotics with Michio Kushi, who brought Zen macrobiotics to America. I was a prodigy of Dick Gregory's chef, Kiwi.
Yes.
He taught me how to eat right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Way back when I got back from the Army, I was constipated. I was anemic from eating that military food.
Yeah, that MRE, you know, right?
My next question is how your creativity, how do you express yourself creatively?
I make music. I produce. I feel like being a creative entrepreneur is also one of those things, because anytime I've been met with opposition, I create something as a structure capacity, right, for other people.
What kind of resistance do you get?
I get a lot of resistance, right? Whether it's people, I once showed up to a meeting and this woman, you know, and like a middle-aged white woman was, you know, I'm more so like, hey, you have this money, you have this space, use it for broader community sense, right? And then she more so was like, I walk into the meeting and she was like, you're not scared yet? Right, like of them, of her. And I was like, you know, people don't really realize that, like, because I look the way that I do, you know, dreads, and I'm kind of calm in my demeanor, that I've like been to Afghanistan, you know what I mean? I did 2 tours, you know, people are getting killed, bombs, you know what I mean? The whole sense of the whole central imperialism, right? I'm in the dead center of it, right? You know what I mean? And people are like threatening me, but not threatening me because they don't want to get sued or, you know, things like that. But I also grew up in the hood, right? Where it's like, you got all these structural problems that we don't even necessarily understand, whether it's drug abuse, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's like poor education and like rat shit in your food. But then I ended up going to like a northern school where, you know, it's like majority white kids and we got good food, good education. But then I get met with my first instances of racism, right? Where I'm like, 8th grader, you know, kid is like asking me if I'm a blood or a Crip, you know, and I know what those things mean. And I'm like, for you, I'm banging for you. You know what I mean? I'm a blood for you. You know what I mean? In the sense that he's trying to scare me. So it's a interesting space to be in for sure. And that's like, I don't even want to say the opposition brings me joy, but even talking about it fires me up like, oh, this is exciting. You know what I mean? Opposition, right? But more so because it's like, you know, it's embedded in this foundation of this country, right? In our skin, in just the way people look at us, right?
People who in the early days,
Mm-hmm.
who were my mentors,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them in the struggle were not here now.
Mm-hmm.
I was a good friend of Afeni Shakur.
Oh, nice.
She was a close friend.
Legend.
Yeah, she told me all about all that you saw in Tupac Resurrected.
Mm-hmm.
She told me that story many years before that movie came out. I didn't even know that Tupac was her son. I knew Tupac, I knew his sister, but we weren't really as close.
Yeah.
We were just good friends. We went to school together.
That's
but
crazy.
I didn't know that Tupac was her son until I saw the movie Tupac Resurrected.
Oh,
I said,
wow.
I know her.
Yeah.
I said, that's Afeni. Just sit up my house.
Right. Oh, man, that's amazing. Yeah. What is life about for you? What do you find most gratifying in your life right now?
Yeah.
I think more so life is about, it's about, because I think right now what's most important to me is participating in the culture war that we're in, right? And how people are trying to eliminate all bouts of culture, whether it's African culture, Black culture, indigenous culture, Chicano culture, all of those bouts of culture, I'm just trying to push forward as much as possible. And so just participate in that. And it's always the most gratifying because we're bringing culture forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I agree with you, but I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You know the difference between reality and ideology?
I'm gonna say no for right now because I wanna hear what you have to say about it.
Only one of them's real.
Let's go. So simple. No, and
what happened when you live in a dualistic society, when you jump on a planet, you're pure in spirit, pure in thought, pure in everything.
Yeah.
And then
Childlike.
your sensorial judgment gets taken over by the society you live in.
Yeah.
So we turn up to be our own worst enemy. And that's just what, as a people, we need to strive for.
Yeah.
I always believe in positive affirmations. I read Cassanitas. I don't know if you ever read this. It teaches you about how to be free from captivity.
Right.
So that's what I learned.
Nice.
I learned that to be free, you have to be aware.
Yeah, exactly.
And see those habits within ourselves. And once you see it, say, I'm not going to do that no more.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest difference between you and your partner? What are the commonalities?
What I see, the contrast is just being out in the world more. When I was 28 years old, I was doing a lot of what you're doing. And I had a lot of unanswered questions. And I was saying to myself a lot of times, why I do that?
Yeah.
Or why I say that?
Yeah.
And those are things that you go through. As you get more experience, you just learn to slow the world down. And once you do that, then you're more centered.
Yeah.
What about you?
I want to say you just experienced a lot more life than I have, right? In regards to, traveling the world, right? Because I've traveled like very briefly, right? Short instances. I've been to Afghanistan, I've been to Jamaica, New York, but that's probably the biggest difference. I want to say we're very similar in a lot of ways and a lot of experiences. I think it's more likely that we will meet each other. Like I will meet you as my older self. You know what I mean? I'll be like, yes, Gordon. I remember Gordon, you know what I mean? Where do you see yourself at the age of your storytelling partner?
I saw myself in the military sitting on a DZ waiting for the orders to come down from Reagan or whoever was in office that they're going to deploy us to Europe to fight the communists.
Right. Honestly, I don't even know. Because you're, 67? I honestly think to myself a lot of times, am I even going to reach that age of my grandparents? Because like my grandpa was 75. I don't know. I see myself as a leader, as a warrior, and so I'm ready to go to the end, to the depths end. You know what I mean?
Go ahead and do it.
What do you appreciate about the person across from you? And then it says, what do you appreciate about yourself?
Well, I can answer anything. He all right. No, I see a lot of myself in you, and that I was your age, and then a wise old man came to me one day and he said, "The world ain't gotta be the way you see it, because the way you see it might not be it, but what you see will be." What do I appreciate about myself? I appreciate the fact that I'm still here.
Nice. And it says, what do you appreciate about the person across from you? Man, likewise, right? You're a wise individual, you know what I mean? You've lived a lot of life, you know what I mean? So I should really just be focused and going forward, progressing.
You're stardust, you're golden.
Yes. Golden child, right?
Yeah, you are.
Right.
Yeah, you're the hope for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you, Gordon.
Nice to meet you too, KP.
Yes.